guys, in this video, we're going to address 5 very important steps for a successful final expense sales presentation. So, if you're new at final expense sales, this might just be the video that you've been waiting for. We're going to address the correct way to build rapport, get the client to admit that they actually need the insurance, eliminating objections up front with the presentation, the correct way to separate yourself from all the other insurance agents that these folks are meeting with, and how I like to price out the options. All of this and more coming up after this. I'm Doug Massi, and before we jump right into the video, if you can manage to just stick it out to the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to get a copy of the prop file. Hold on a second. This bad boy has all the props that I use during my face-to-face final expense sales presentation. So I definitely suggest sticking it out to the end of the video. I'll show you how to get this for yourself. For new agents, I definitely recommend using what we call the 3 reasons final expense presentation. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I've been doing this for many years, and one of the things I've learned is that the folks that fill out these cards always do it for reasons. And it usually amounts to one of 3 reasons. The first may be that you've never prepaid for your funeral or that you have no insurance for that. The second reason, well, a lot of folks do have a little bit of burial insurance, but in many cases it's just not very much. So they want to add to their insurance if they can afford to. And the third reason, you may have already taken care of all your funeral stuff, but you want to make sure that when you do pass away, you don't leave any type of debt to your family at all. So, of those 3 options, where do you fit in? I always ask, who is the person that's going to be stuck taking care of you once you've passed? And when I get their name and their relationship to the person, I get the client to admit that they need the insurance and don't want that person to be stuck having to pay anything out of pocket. Okay, so Janet, you just want to make sure that your sister Sue doesn't get stuck with a bill that she can't afford, having to pay out of pocket for everything when you pass away, right? Now, before I show you how to remove all the upfront objections, I'm going to ask guys that you go ahead and just give the video a thumbs up right now. And if you haven't subscribed for some reason, you should definitely do that now. We're putting out new videos every single week. Your presentation should cover anything that the client could use as an excuse to not purchase the insurance in the end. You need to always explain the difference between the term life and whole life insurance, and make sure that the client knows about the 2 to 3 year wait that's on most of that stuff that they're seeing on TV and getting in the mail. I also let them know that no matter how low their income is, since I'm going to find them the best price insurance company out there, and will also show them several options, that we're going to be able to definitely find something that you can afford today, Mrs. Jones. Your sister is not going to have to come out of pocket when her dear sister passes away. When you share with them that you're an insurance broker, just be clear that one of your personal guarantees is that, and this is how I do it, Mrs. Jones, my personal guarantee is that by the time we're done today, no other insurance agent is going to come through that front door of yours and give you a better deal on your whole life insurance. All of this usually helps to separate you from the other insurance agents that they've already met with and are going to be meeting with again. If you're not great at building rapport, or maybe you're fairly new at life insurance sales, you should share a personal commercial with your clients during each of your presentations, which is basically a short story about yourself and how it pertains to how you got into the insurance business and how it relates to how you love to help people during one of the toughest times a person can ever go through, the death of a loved one. The nice thing about the prop file that I mentioned earlier, this is important, is that it has some really good sales materials in there that you're going to absolutely want to use. I've got agents that aren't our agents all over the country using this stuff. And they're using it while they're making their final expense presentation. And, basically you're going to be using it while you're doing everything that I'm talking about in this video. Once you've done your field underwriting, you've gotten all the client's medication bottles in front of you and you've asked them all the health questions, you know for sure exactly what kind of health issues that they have. You're going to want to place them with the right carrier. And this takes time. So if you're new, you're probably just going to be wanting to lead with one main company, like Prosperity, for instance. So as you're learning, you're pretty much sticking all of your clients with one carrier. And look, guys, I know we're insurance brokers. There's nothing wrong with doing this until you get comfortable enough to use different carriers and different products. If you'd like the Prosperity contract, just shoot me an email. I'll send it out to you. Prosperity is absolutely my favorite carrier. And their product, the new Vista, is definitely my favorite final expense product on the market. Well, because they will actually approve most of your clients pretty much no matter how bad their health is. I like to price out 5 different death benefit options with 5 different monthly premiums. Put this in front of you so you can see it. And very important, the bottom option, the cheapest one, should never be below $50 a month. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. But Doug, half the people that we meet with can't even afford that bottom option. Dude, trust me on this. You'd be surprised at what some people can afford. Either way, you always want to leave yourself room to drop the price and reclose them when need be. For a copy of the prop file that I mentioned earlier, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. And if you'd like information on joining our sales team, the best carriers and lead programs in the industry, and access to our training platform, just shoot me an email at that same address. Remember, guys, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now, get out there and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.